Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically in Alaska. And today I am going to go back to one that has been around for a while. It is in the current annual catalog that will end at the end of April. So we are not guaranteed to continue to have this one. It is Layers of Beauty. And what I am going to do is I'm going to sort of case the catalog. So case means copy and share everything, or there are other renditions of that, but essentially that is what it means. And even if this does go on to the next catalog, it will for sure no longer be a 10% discount if you buy the bundle. Okay, the bundle includes the stamp set, the dies, and the decorative masks. And I'm going to show you the decorative masks today. And this is essentially what we are going to do. I created this one. I used the purples for all of my flowers. I put a background here that I cut with, here it is, the textured notes dies. So I used the largest one right there, and I used the smallest one right there for the thank you note. Okay, so I used two of those. I used the die for the, let's see, how does it go on here? I used the die for the whole section of flowers. And then I also had, knocked my paper trimmer over. I also used the, I think it's Swirly, what is it called? Swirly something or other. So Swirly embossing folder. And I usually, with a Sharpie, write on here what it is. So it's So Swirly. And that is not a 3D. I would put 3D here if it were 3D. Embossing folder. Okay, so I like to do that so that I can remember them, and I had not done it, so I wanted to show you what I do with them. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. By the way, this thank you came from Simply Said. And I just love this because it's got so many sentiments for so many events. Let's celebrate, thinking of you. Happy birthday, thanks, birthday wishes, just a note, hello, miss you, thank you, and yay. Now, I could have literally put any of those on here. I chose thank you because I need some thank you notes, but isn't that gorgeous? And then what I did, you see this little section right here? I just stamped it on the inside. I did not color it. I just stamped it. And that is my card. So we're going to do another one. And we are going to do it with Pacific Point. We are going to do a little bit different this time. So let me go ahead and cut my card base. I have sort of decided that what I need to do is give you a little bit more of the basics every now and again. So I'm starting with a full size of 8.5 by 11. I am going to lift the bar on my trimmer, and I want a regular card base like this. So I am going to go to half of this 8.5 by 11, so the 8.5 side. I'm going to go to half of that and move my cutter out of the way, and I'm going to score it. Give it a couple of good swipes along there. Then I'm going to lift this up, turn it the other direction so that I have the 11 inch side, and I'm going to cut that in half. Okay, so cut. Now what that does for me is it gives me 2 card bases like this. Okay, those 2 are ready to go. All right, so I'm going to set those aside. I should probably, where's my bone folder, give them a good score so that they will stay closed, at least somewhat, and set those aside. Then I need to do my flowers. So what I'm going to do is I have a scrap piece of paper. I keep scrap paper in a bin and I pull it out whenever I need it. And I am going to stamp on it with the big stamp. I put it on the large F size block. I'm going to take my Memento ink, which is, I told you last video, I believe, that this is a white. I marked out white, and it says blanc there, which in French means white, but I'm going to pretend that it means black. And I did put Memento on here so that I know it's not my white. Of course, as soon as I open it up, I can see that it is black. But there's also a blank label in here that I just put on the inside, so it works. All right. So then, of course, what I did is I took my Memento ink refill and just filled this. All right. So, whoa. I have a dimensional piece there. So I am glad I saw that before I stamped it. Of course, all cardstock has a second side. All right, so there we go. Put that away, and let's turn this over. Now, I could bring the cardstock to this, but I'm really trying to get it pretty exact because it pretty much fills this up. I'm going to ink that again in case I talk too much. And it dried a little bit. Probably not, but you never know. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to hold it very carefully. I do not want to drop it on there. If I did, I would just leave it. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a good pressure so that it gets ink from the stamp to the cardstock all the way around. Lift that up, and perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take my masks. There are 5 masks. Let me show you those. And they are numbered, can you believe it, 1 through 5. Okay, so I'm going to stack those up, and it has a notch in every single one of them. I want to start with number 1. And I am going to, now I've already done some coloring with this, so I'm going to go ahead with my same notch. And what I did is I put just a tiny little bit of Stampin' Seal right here in the center. I don't even know if you can see that, but you can certainly hear it. And I put my finger on it like this several times to get a little bit of the stickiness out. Now, obviously, I don't want to get all the stickiness out because I do want it to hold that. I am not going to push this down on that sticky part yet. I'm putting number 1 in that same spot, and then I'm going to go ahead and line this up. Now, to be honest, if I were doing this from scratch, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that so I can show you. I would simply put my, come on, get a little bit, oh, it's, no, not very much though. Okay, put my seal on there. Okay, put this on there, push it down. Now I'm going to line it up. And what I'm doing is just looking to line the edges up as exactly as I can. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it exact, but I want to get it as close as I can. Can you see that? I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. There you go. might be better anyway. Then what I'm going to do is draw around this corner so that I know exactly, and the opposite corner. Did you see that? I'm not sure if you could see that. Right here, the opposite corner. So that I know exactly where the next one should go. Okay? Then I'm just going to hold it. Now, I could, to be truthful, if I was worried about it, take this down. And I think no, I didn't move it too much. Okay? So I could do that. I don't feel the need, but mostly because I do it fairly often and I do just fine. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is pull out some brushes. And what I'm going to do is these smaller flowers all the way around, I'm going to do in a blue, 2 blues. And the larger flowers, I'm going to do in yellows. I have 1 brush for yellows, 1 brush for blues, and another brush for greens. Okay, so those are my 3 basic colors. So I am going to start, my colors for this one are going to be Boho Blue and Pacific Point. Now, there's not a whole lot of these, so even if they're not exactly what you might choose, I think they're going to be okay. So I'm going to open this up. This is my Boho Blue. I'm going to take my blue, swirl it around on there. Then I'm going to go over here to my glass mat, and I'm going to get a little bit of that off. I don't want it to be really dark. And so remember what I said, these outside little flowers, I'm going to lay down just a little bit of blue, just a little bit on each one of them, not a lot, okay? I do not want to get it into where I want my yellows, though. So it might have been better to have chosen a small brush, and I can do that. And because I put ink over here on my mat, I can pick that ink up. It had nothing on there, so you can see that it's getting ink on there. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more. Rub it off. There we go. I want to be a little light. I got a little heavy-handed on this one, but there we go. Okay, I'm not done with this. I still need to do my yellows. So I'm going to pull out my yellow, and I have crushed curry and mango melody. I'm going to start with crushed curry. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of ink on there. Again, take it to my glass mat, and I am very, very lightly going with this crushed curry. Okay, just very, very light hand. I don't want to get it in any of the blues, so I do want to be aware of that. Okay, get a little bit, actually I meant to pick it up over here. Okay, a little bit more. Then what I can do is lift this, see if it it looks so good. So now I'm going to pull that out. Now what I could do is just pull this off of that tape out from under there. I'm going to set that aside. Now, to be honest, I should put this in a tub of moderately soapy, just a little bit of soap, to let that sit so that the colors don't sit to it. But I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I will be done fairly soon. Going to lift that tape, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about that tape because I really don't use it. But you could. Okay, I'm going to set this on here, and now you can see that I've got, and I lined it up top and bottom. There we go. I've got my yellow. Now I want to go to my, I just used this, the crushed curry. Now I'm going to go to Mango Melody. Sorry, that's focusing every time I put my, okay, same brush. I'm going to grab some color. I'm going to wipe it off on my glass mat. I'm just holding this still. Again, very light-handed. I am not putting a lot on there, just barely. Okay, I'm not pressing hard at all. Gonna lift it up, see what it looks so nice. All right, so there we go. Now, keep that in the same place, but I'm done with that yellow, or Mango Melody, and I'm gonna go to my Pacific Point, my other blue. I'm gonna grab my little brush again, try to get as much of that boho blue off of there as I can, but it's not a big deal. So I'm going to go back to my Pacific Point. I'm going to rub it off, and then I'm going to come back, still very light-handed, and dab on each of those blues. Just like that. Lift it up, see what it looks like. Okay, I can use a little bit more. Whoops, I want to pick it up over here. And a little bit more of the blue on here. There we go. Lift it up again. Oh yeah, that looks very nice. Okay, there we go. My second blue. Then here is the third template. And I'm going to place this on here, make sure I have it in the right spot. Okay. This one, I'm going to continue with the Pacific Point, but this time I'm going to go a little more heavy-handed. I'm going to be a little bit darker on it. Okay, you can already see. Okay, there we go, just those 3 little spots. Now I'm going to go back to my yellow. So let me close both of those blues. I have those open. And I'm going to go back to my Mango Melody. And again, a little bit darker. Now I've got my yellow again, and I'm going to pick up some of it right here on the glass mat. I don't know if you can see that, but let me see if I can show you. See here, I have it on the glass mat, and I'm just picking it up. Okay, let me go back over here. There we go. And now I'm going to do a little bit heavier. When I pull it up to look at it, I'm going to see if that, oh, it is darker. Isn't that look nice? All right, I'm going to get just a teeny little bit more. And here, there we go. Lift it up. Nice. I love it. It looks so beautiful. I did get a little bit of blue in here, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, then I want to go to my green brush, and for it, I am going to use Old Olive and Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green is my lighter color. So again, I'm going to put it on the mark. Can you see that mark? There we go. So I'm going to put it on that mark and down here in the right corner. So everything should line up. I'm going to get my green again. I'm going to go to my Granny Apple. I'm going to wipe it off again on the glass mat. There we go. And again, I want to go a little bit light-handed. I do not want to go, there are only 2 masks for the leaves. So I don't need to, well, I didn't even have 3 colors for the flowers. But there we go. Look at it. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this off a little bit over here again on my glass mat. Close up my Granny Apple. And I'm going to go to my Old Olive. Again, same brush. And go to mask number 5. Put it on here. Just like that. Be sure you line up both the top and the bottom. There we go. I wiped the green off already, so I'm going to pick up some of my Old Olive. And again, I'm going to go kind of light, but I can go darker if I want to, because it's going to give that extra, ooh, moved it just a smidgen bit, move it back, there we go. Okay, let's lift it up and see what it looks like. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, I'm going to call it good. So I'm going to lift that up, put that aside. Now, some people have, I'll show you all the colors here again. Let me pull this back up. Okay, these are all the colors I used. Crushed Curry, Mango Melody, Pacific Point, Boho Blue. By the way, Boho Blue was my lighter color. There we go. Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. Those are the colors that I used for this. Okay. All right. So now let's go up quite a bit here because I'm going to pull in. Now, when I want to pull this off of, you remember that tape I put in there? I just sort of pull it. I have absolutely no difficulty and there is nothing on there. Okay. So with this done now, I am going to pull in, let me move this, pull in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the plates that come with it, 1, 2, 3, and the paper, the die, there we go, and another plate 3. Okay, so line this up. Excuse me. Can you see this? Or do I need to pull it over a little bit? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. It actually lines up very easily. As long as you can see what all the edges there, then you've lined it up properly. I'm going to put some tape on there. It's just like Post-it tape or Post-it notes even would work great. Then I'm going to put the plate 3 on there and let's roll it through. Okay, there we go. Set this out. I'm going to put my wings up and I will put these plates underneath of it. That's how I store them so that it doesn't take up much desk space. I actually put it behind me. Okay, then I'm just going to pop this out. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Okay, then what I need to do is, where's my card base? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is my card base, and to be honest, I love it just like that. Now, remember on the other one, I told you at the very beginning, I put another sheet on it, the same color, the exact same color. By the way, the colors on this, the greens were the same, and the Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape were the colors in sequence for the purples. I did use 3 purples on here, and all of the flowers are purple. Okay, but my Fresh Freesia is the background, and this one, again, cut with the largest of the textured notes dies. But this one, I think I like it just like that. It really doesn't need a background. Now, I did think about putting another white and dry embossing it or something, and I could do that, but see how it just sort of loses something? So, and I don't feel the need to emboss another one. I'm just going to put it on there like this. I love it. Now, you have to decide what direction you're going to put it. I like that. So, I am going to put it up on dimensionals. So, I'm going to pull out some of the dimensionals and put those around. I want to put them on the edges, and I'll put some in the middle. But I want to make sure that this bouquet, if you will, is not going to sink. Okay? So one there and another one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So somewhere around in there. All right. So let's take off all of our backings. Now, I have seen people, which I think is a really clever idea, who color their dimensionals like this just to get color on there so that they can tell whether they have the backings off. But to be honest, if you just touch it, you can tell. Or if you do it like this, these 3 do not have the backing off and all of these do. You might be able to see that a little bit of shiny on there. So take those off and put it on here. However it works for you. I like that. There we go. Can you see it? Did I get a little too far this way? And didn't move you back. All right. I am going to now put my sentiment on there. And let's see. What should I do? I think just a note. Should we do just a note? Or, what do I want? You know what? Since I've got thank you out, I'm just going to do thank you. It works. All right. So I've already got thank you out. I'm going to go back to my Pacific Point. That's the color of my background. And stamp it. I want to be sure that I've got room for this. Now, I wouldn't normally stamp through that, but it's nowhere near close to the size of that die, so it's not really an issue. There we go. Thank you. Whoopsie. And we'll cut that out. So close that. Oh, I did not close the memento, so we'll close that. I will bring in the small or the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the plates for it. For this, I only need 1, 2, and 2. So I'm going to put those, open up the wings, put this in here. You do want to, if you can, angle this so that it doesn't go in straight on the edge. Okay, so angle it a little bit. Move this until it looks good. I do like to stamp first and then die cut. All right, put that in there. And, woohoo, I didn't grab the handle at the top. Roll that through. Put up those wings again. Put my plates back. Now I do want to put this in the, where did it go? The envelope. See, that's why I want to put it in there. Both of these. Oh, here it is. So that I don't go losing anything. At home, I do have one of those big roundish magnet things that help you. Oh, you know what? That is a smidgen bit crooked. Oh, well, you know what? I am not going to worry about it. Where do I want to put this? I think I want it right there. I like that, but here's what I want to do. If I put it there, I glue here and here, it's going to be floating up here. So right here, I am going to put another dimensional like that, and make sure that that's where I want it. Yep. And then put glue, green glue, whatever you want to call it. Put a little bit up at the top here and a little bit on the side here. Take off the backing. And then right there. I just love that. Now, I'm not quite done. I want to do the inside, and again, this one, I did it in black, but I think this one I am going to do in Pacific Point. Had to think what the color was. So right here, let's see. No, right here is, whoops, you know what? I do have a little bit of, boy, I am so disorganized here at school. I cannot wait to get home and get everything set up the way I would really like to have it. But got to wait till the end of the school year for that to happen, right? All right, so there we go. Now, going to go in here. There we are. And right there. Okay, give that some good pressure. Let that color transfer, that ink. Ta-da! There it is. Isn't that cool? I just love that as an inside. It's quick, easy, simple. Oh, and we need to do an envelope, so we might as well do that while we've got it out. So let's do this. Pull out the Pacific Point again. Put some color on there. Make sure it looks good. We want to put that on the left side here. There we go. Give that some good pressure. Love it. Okay, so this then goes on the inside. And this card is done. Another card, fairly quick, easy to do, including having the envelope. Now, I will say this. One thing you need to be sure is that you're not just creating cards. You're creating cards, You're creating cards to be mailed. You're supposed to do something with them, not just create them. You want to mail them, send them out. If you need somebody to be accountable to and say, Patricia, hold me accountable. I need to make sure I'm sending the cards I make. Then let me know. Sorry that it's even still crooked. There we go. Okay. Everybody good? All right. Have a good one. I hope you have a great day, evening, wherever you are. Hope you will make this card. I hope you will let me know when you have made it and who you have sent it to. Remember, this is the Layers of Beauty and the die set and the masks. Okay, there we go. Have a good one. If you would, I would so appreciate it. It's free to you and it helps me so much. If you would share this video, if you would subscribe if you have not already done so. And then once you've subscribed, click that bell so you can get notifications when I post a video, and share the video with your friends and neighbors. Thank you so very much. Have a good one wherever you are, and have a great, great day.